you're on a 2-lane Texas highway. The sun is dropping. The gas light flicks on. The nearest town has one piece of advice from the people who live there. Don't stop. We like to think danger has a big city address. Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. But some of the most violent places in Texas are quiet. They look like towns you would wave at while passing through until the numbers start talking. Drug corridors through Main Street. Police departments running on 13 officers and a prayer. Poverty rates double the national average. We're counting down 7 Texas small towns so violent. Locals warn you not to stop for gas. Hit subscribe, not for the algorithm, for situational awareness. Let's break it down. Number 7, Mineral Wells. Mineral Wells, Texas. A town that once promised to cure insanity with spring water and now cannot outrun a meth epidemic. The Baker Hotel opened in 1929. Clark Gable stayed. The slogan was home of crazy water, and the mineral springs were marketed as a cure for everything. The springs dried up long before the drug trade arrived. Let's get one thing straight. The Baker Hotel stood abandoned for decades, with over 29 documented deaths inside its walls. While it decayed, Mineral Wells became one of the most drug-saturated communities in North Texas. Violent crime up 106% in recent years, a crime rate worse than 95% of Texas communities. The crime rate is 34 per thousand residents. Burglary is 244% above the national average. A current resident posted on Niche, quote, "Mineral Wells is still one of the drug-infested armpits of Texas," end quote. The crazy water is gone. The addiction stayed. The Baker Hotel silhouette fills your rearview mirror. You do not slow down. Number 6, Corsicana, Texas. The Collins Street Bakery ships fruitcake to 196 countries, and your chance of being a crime victim is 1 in 17. Collins Street Bakery has shipped to presidents in 196 countries since 1896. It seems completely safe. Let's get one thing straight. On February 17th, 2004, Texas executed Cameron Todd Willingham for arson. Multiple forensic experts have since concluded the fire never happened, and the jailhouse informant later recanted. It is now considered one of the most probable wrongful executions in modern American history. Then in 2013, the bakery's own chief financial officer embezzled $16.6 million. Total crime rate, 2,700 per 100,000. Victimization chance, 1 in 17. Something about Corsicana always feels off, like everything looks normal until it isn't. This is paraphrased from a local forum. A town shipping warmth to 196 countries may have watched the state execute an innocent man in its backyard. You pay at the pump and don't go inside. Number 5, Huntsville, Texas, where Texas executes its most dangerous criminals, and the town around those walls runs 43% above the national violent crime average. 200 prisoners walk out of the walls unit every single day with $50 in a bus schedule. Let's get one thing straight. Nearly half of Huntsville's 46,000 residents live behind bars. A store near the prison buys their state-issued boots for $2 a pair. The all-clear count whistle sounds across the entire city 3 times a day. You can hear it from the gas station on Sam Houston Avenue. The violent crime rate is 513 per 100,000. The poverty rate is up to 29%. Former warden Jim Willett told the Marshall Project, "We sort of live within the shadows of the walls. The all-clear count marks the passing of our days." A 67-foot Sam Houston statue towers over Interstate 45. The town beneath it runs on a $50 discharge check and a $2 boot trade. The whistle sounds while you fill up. Nobody looks up. Number 4, Alice, Texas, where a stolen ballot box may have changed the 20th century and where the corruption never retired, it just changed products. The Jim Wells County seat sits flat in the South Texas scrubland, quiet enough that most of the country has never thought about it. Let's get one thing straight. In 1948, Jim Wells County Box 13 delivered 202 ballots in perfect alphabetical order. Same handwriting, all for Lyndon Baines Johnson. No Senate, and possibly no presidency. In 2012, Operation Black Mask revealed former sheriff's deputies redistributing narcotics, 10 arrests, and over 2,200 pounds of marijuana seized. The violent crime rate is 555 per 100,000, safer than 1% of Texas cities. Texas. Burglary is triple the national average. A current resident on Niche called it a very toxic town, saying people have their noses in the air and nothing to back it up. The machine George Parr built in Alice never stopped. It just switched from ballots to bales. You pull in, pay, and leave. Ordinary is what a machine looks like from the outside. If you're finding this useful, hit subscribe. I cover American crime and the places nobody warns you about every week. The next 3 towns are where this list stops feeling like a ranking and starts feeling like a warning. Number 3, Uvalde. Uvalde, Texas. The violent crime rate was already in the bottom 10% of American cities before May 24th, 2022. 16,000 people live there. It is 60 miles from the Mexican border and a gateway to Garner State Park. On May 24th, 2022, an 18-year-old entered Robb Elementary on Geraldine Street and killed 19 children and 2 teachers. 400 officers responded and stood in the hallway for 77 minutes without entering. The Department of Justice report released January 2024 documented systematic failures, and former school police chief Pete Arredondo now faces criminal charges. The violent crime rate was 766 per 100,000, 107% above the national average. 91% of Robb Elementary students were economically disadvantaged. A Uvalde resident posted on Niche, 1 out of 10 people died here. Add more safety to your city. Border Patrol tactical agents were in Uvalde for border security. They entered the classrooms. The agency built for the border did what the agency built for the school refused to do. Children's names are painted on brick walls near downtown. You drive through without stopping. Number 2, Donna, Texas, the city with a heart. Its violent crime rate runs 264% above the national rate, and it sits 8 miles from one of the most active drug seizure points in the United States. The Donna train station once shipped more produce than any other in Texas. Things still move north through the bridge. They are just not produce. Let us get one thing straight. At the Far International Bridge near Donna, CBP has seized thousands of pounds of methamphetamine hidden in papayas, tomatillos, and blackberries in separate operations, while the Gulf Cartel and CJNG fight an active territorial war in Reynosa, Tamaulipas, directly across the river. That war does not pause at the international boundary. The violent crime rate is up to 1,757 per 100,000. The poverty rate is 40%. Per capita income is $16,000. I feel very unsafe where I live and my family, and I do feel it is time to move further north. Posted on Niche by a current Donna resident. Named after a pioneering woman, the product moving through its bridge has changed considerably. Your tank is low on US Highway 83. You do the math and make it work. Number 1, Gonzales, Texas, the Lexington of Texas, home of the Come and Take It flag, the single most violent small town in the entire state. On October 2nd, 1835, colonists here flew a flag over a cannon. Come and take it. Mexican forces came. They left without the cannon. That flag is now on bumper stickers and rifle stocks from Gonzales to Montana. Let's get one thing straight. Gonzales is the most dangerous small town in Texas by multiple independent rankings. In June 2025, a DEA task force seized methamphetamine, cocaine, marijuana, and $10,000 in cash from a single Gonzales residence. In April 2024, a 10-year-old confessed to a killing that occurred when he was 7. He had taken his grandfather's 9mm from a truck glove box and shot a sleeping man in his RV. Under Texas law, criminal culpability begins at 10. The child could not be charged. Violent crime rate up to 1,706 per 100,000, nearly 4 times the national average. Assault rate 243% above the Texas mean. This town is all surface and no substance. Look close and you'll see what's actually going on. That was the paraphrase of a long-term Gonzales resident. Every October, Gonzales holds the Come and Take It festival with cannon reenactments, parade floats, and historical pride in the same town where a 7-year-old found a loaded handgun in a truck glove box, and the highest violent crime rate in Texas runs quietly behind the bunting. Come and Take It flags on 3 porches on the main drag. Men near the gas station stop talking when your car slows. They do not start again until your taillights are half a block gone. You were warned. The data warned you. The flag warned you by accident.